Hello, everybody, and welcome back to False Nine Footy. So we got to talk about Mason Greenwood. Um, First and foremost, we all know what happened with at United. The charges were eventually dropped, and yeah, that situation was just not great to say the least. And I don't really want to spend time talking about that stuff. I don't know. I just find it I find it uncomfortable, and I just really don't want to talk about it. The charges were dropped, and so that's all I'm gonna say regarding that. But I really just want to focus on his footballing abilities, because to be honest, I mean, he's been great this season. And he made mistakes in the past. And I really hope you learn from those mistakes. But I mean, him as a footballer, he's been like, if we just talk about strictly football, I mean, for me, I was trying to think, like, in terms of right wingers today in football. For me, I have him in my top 6, or you could say top 5 too. So my top 5 currently would be Mohamed Salah, and then Lamine Yamal, and then Rafinha. I count Rafinha and Lamal as both right wingers, just because I feel like right wingers should always be left-footed. You know what I mean? They come in, they cut in, they shoot. I just like that kind of winger. So for me, any winger that's like left-footed, I just put on the right. So for me, like I said, number 1 is Salah, number 2 is Yamal, number 3 is Rafinha, number 4 is Ousmane Dembele. And then number 5, I had to think a little, but then I was like, Elise. Elise is probably the 5th best right winger currently in football. And then after Elise, I'd go Mason Greenwood. I mean, he has just been so good at Marseille this season. In 33 matches in Liga, he has 19 goals, 4 assists. And it's just his play style. Like, if you've watched him play at Marseille, like, he reminds me actually a lot of He reminds me a lot of Gareth Bale. Like, he's got pace, he's got power, he's got a similar like body type, a similar frame to Bale. He's fast, strong. He's like the same height as Bale was, like 6'1", and he can strike the ball from distance. He's got a powerful shot. Like, he's just an amazing player. Like, right now, in terms of, like I said, right wingers, he's top 5, top 6. Like, as a Juve fan, I want Juventus to sign him. There really aren't that many right wingers that are better than him, and it's like, he's just, he's put that situation behind him. Again, I hope he learned from it. It seems like he has, and he's really just, it seems like he's focused on football, which is good, because how do you, well, whatever. He just, it seems he's very focused on football now. And like, I've watched a couple of his games. I've watched Marseille this season a little bit, and like, every time he's on the ball, it's just, it's like something good is gonna happen. Like, he's an exciting player. And so I just wanted to make this video just to highlight Mason Greenwood, because I know he's still like a controversial figure in football. And there are other stars in other sports. Like, I'm thinking, like, when I first thought of Mason Greenwood situation, my mind went straight to like Kobe Bryant, because obviously Kobe Bryant had that situation where he was accused of some things, and eventually he beat that case, and he ended up, and we love Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe Bryant was a hero in LA. And just with Mason Greenwood, obviously it's a little different with Mason Greenwood because there was audio and stuff, but I just think, like, because I thought of Kobe, because I'm like, because Mason Greenwood, we all thought Mason Greenwood back at United had like immense potential. And so you just think of like the greats, and my mind went straight to Kobe. I'm like, if he gets past this situation, or the charges get dropped or whatever, I'm sure he's going to learn from it, and then we get to see the real Mason Greenwood, the footballer. And so I'm just making this video because, he's, for me, is a really, really great footballer. Like, just really, really good. So, yeah, it's not the longest video today, but yeah, I just feel like we got to talk about it. We got the elephant in the room, like, and now he's one of the top wingers in football. So, and I don't want people to think, because of that situation, all of a sudden he's not a good player. He is a good player. He is a good player that went through a very interesting situation that he brought on himself. And yeah, but he's a great player. As a Juventus fan, I hope we get Greenwood, because as a footballer, this man is really good. So yeah.